Hello and welcome to another episode of Why is Harriet Crying? With me, Harriet Kemsley.
And me, Sunil Patel.
And our guest.
God.
We're always very slick at the top, Alison. It's our trademark. Alison Spittle.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me.
You should have said all our names because you're sitting in a higher position than all
I
of
know,
us.
but I always just want to fuck you up a bit at the start.
That was fun. I did
go
great,
to say it
actually.
And then I stop because I want to make it hard for you.
You've been nothing but rude since you got here.
Absolutely, that's not true. You offered everyone water and then you got yourself a Coke. That's actually what happened, to be fair. That's what happened. And you said we could have fizzy water if we wanted to try and make it exciting, and then you just drank
I paid
a Coke.
for the Coke, actually, so I didn't just take it from the taps
He's
behind the
been
bar.
stealing from the Bill Murray.
I've not been stealing
Anybody
from the Bill Murray.
who works for Angel Comedy, then you should get in touch.
Unbelievable.
He was boasting how everyone could have
Right,
fizzy water if they wanted as well.
immediate edit point at the beginning of the podcast.
Elliot says
Elliot,
no,
please.
shaking his head.
Extraordinary.
It's Alison's birthday today, so we want to
Yes,
say
I know.
happy birthday, Alison.
Happy birthday,
so
Alison.
much. This cake is beautiful.
Cake. It's a rainbow explosion.
It is. We've been like, we're not allowed to blow on it, are we? Because of
No,
COVID.
yeah, so I put candles in and then I took them out and said she
You
wasn't allowed
did.
to blow on them.
You did. And then we sniffed it, which was cool because it smells.
It's got a really good smell.
It smells so it's nostalgic. I think. Do you know what the smell is? We were discussing it a bit earlier, and me and Sunil kind of said, "Oh, it smells a bit like." I suggested it first, and maybe you agreed with me. That it
Fruit
smells like
salad. Fruit salad is a definite.
salad.
It's definitely that one.
But then you said it was vape flavoured.
Yeah, like a fruit salad vape.
Which was
Yes.
rude because
Why is that rude?
that I'd get her a vape flavoured cake. There's
Well,
just
vape
something.
isn't a flavour, though, is it?
Yeah, you get vape flavours.
No, but vape isn't a flavour in itself.
Do you know who has a range of vape flavors out? Wagner from X Factor
What?
has his own vape juices.
What flavours are they?
Oh, I'll find. Maybe I could look for it. I think like Love Shack. I
Yeah,
think he names it
Love
after.
Shack.
You know,
Who is this?
Wagner from.
Oh,
X Factor.
right, yeah,
don't
him.
pretend you
I
don't
know him.
know.
I know
Yeah.
him. Everyone knows him.
I used to watch X Factor religiously, and
Yeah.
I was very into the over 25s. I think I got father issues or something like that. But I would always like try and defend them because people would say their shit. And I'd be like, no, Wagner is a great entertainer.
He's
And
he's
a great
charismatic,
businessman.
isn't he?
Entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Entrepreneur. Yeah.
Who do you think helps him run that business though? Because it's not just him, is it?
I
It
don't know.
must be like
I've paid him for like a message
Cameo.
A cameo.
years ago.
I was going to ask how much his cameo is. Yeah.
Oh, it's like 30 quid, right? But
Oh,
I got
that's
him
sad.
to advertise my Fringe show. So I got him to read out my reviews. Like,
For 30 quid.
yeah, I wonder. I'll
That's
find
way
it
before
somewhere.
the game as well. That was
Yeah.
good thinking.
Yeah.
I'm an innovator in shit promotion. You know? Put way too much effort into something without doing the show.
What did he say? Was he quite enthusiastic or was he a
He
bit?
gave it a good go. Do you know? I'll send you a link for your patrons to look at.
That would be
after.
wonderful. We'd love that. Yeah.
I'm an innovator, mate. Like, you know, I'm adding patron stuff. You know, I'll make promises for your patrons. A slice of cake for everyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are either of you on Cameo?
Am I on
No.
Cameo? I was asked
Yeah.
by Cameo, but I think like they really were scraping the barrel.
I think I got that email as well.
Oh, you get an
Yeah,
invite, do you?
yeah.
Right.
No, as soon as I got the email, I was like, "What?" I was like questioning their business practice.
I know. I was like, yeah. I think I might have got one from Cameo's rival or something though, or like a lesser Cameo.
A knockoff
maybe.
Cameo?
It was like a knockoff Cameo. Yeah. But
Do they tell you how much they'd want you to charge?
Would they be called like featured extra or like? That was a shit joke about Cameo.
oh, okay, no, I get it. I was like, I couldn't get
It got Elliot. It got
It
Elliot
got-
good.
Elliot was quick. Yeah,
He
that
bloody
was
went
right
for
up
it
Elliot
immediately.
Street.
Oh, I should be on a panel.
Yeah. No, I don't know what it was called, but I don't think I'd be very good at it because it would take me. I think you have to churn them out, but it would take me so long.
Well, you wouldn't
'cause
get loads, would you? You'd get like one a week or something.
Well, you know, when it would take me so long to do all the thousands that I had to do every week. It would be,
Okay,
it would
okay,
be
you say
really
it's thousands.
exhausting. Yes, Elliot.
Yes, Elliot.
So you're meant to do them for patrons, you know, at a certain level. You're meant to do cameos.
Yes, no,
It
we
is
are.
one of our
we
Patreon
do that.
levels,
at the
yeah.
And I do ask people if they want one, and actually, only one person has said that they want it once. So, to be fair,
They're paying you to not do them.
they are
in effect.
paying monthly so that I don't send them
yeah.
cameos, which is
Shout
fair
out
enough.
to Stuart Laws, the only person who signed up to my cameo level.
Yeah, no
I'll
one
send
wants
you-
Sunil's
Well,
cameo.
Stuart does.
Did you send him one?
No, but I see him like every now and then.
You make it now.
All right, let's just do
What
it
are you
while we're here.
doing?
I'm making a cameo for Stu.
Why are you getting your phone?
Because you do it on your phone, don't you?
We'll just do it now. It's on the podcast.
Hey Stu, thanks so much for signing up to the Sunil's team on Patreon. I really just want to thank you so much for being a supporter of not just the podcast,
Dry. It's a bit dry. Like,
but why are
give
you
it-
getting in
Sorry,
the way
just
of
give it a bit more oomph.
No, I'll do it on my own later.
No, go on, because then people will know what they can get if they sign up to Patreon.
Hey Stu. Hey Stu. Hey Stu. I haven't gone that high in a long time. It sort of just went a bit. Hey Stu. Hey Stu. We'll.
You said hey Stu
You're-
5 times now.
You're going at the tone of a man who's trying to de-escalate a fight, you know, with people that are physically stronger than him. Hey guys, we don't have to punch each other.
Like a squeezy toy now.
Yeah,
I'm like a dog's toy.
I don't know about you, but violence
yeah.
isn't the way.
Okay.
Like-
But can you be upbeat and chirpy if you have such a deep masculine voice?
I
like
think
me?
it's just not you to be upbeat and chirpy.
Yeah,
It's
thank
just
you.
you've got to
Thank
accept
you.
it's not you. Yeah,
It's silly.
yeah.
It's silly. So I'll just be like, "Hey Stu, thank you for the money."
That's not your voice either.
What's my voice?
That
That's your
annoyed,
voice.
a bit grumpy.
That's not. A
Yeah, that's
grumpy
it.
is not a voice.
Yeah.
That is a tone
No,
of
that's
voice.
you know when you have to put on your voiceover, like what you say warm or engaging.
Have
Yours
you
is
ever seen?
grumpy.
Oh, have you ever seen that website that has the worst voiceover artists? It's an actual voiceover agency that has terrible voices.
For people that have bad voices.
Yeah, they're like, if you want
no.
bad voices, we've got them.
Oh
And
my
it like,
God.
do you want really boring, like it's just, yeah, or like really raspy or really high pitched?
Oh, why
Oh
do
my
people want
gosh.
that?
Because it's funny. It's funny. Like, there's a really boring one on there. He's really funny.
Yeah.
They do samples on there. Yeah, I'll try and find the link and send it to Stu Laws, who's my only subscriber.
He left now.
Oh,
He's
he left. Okay, well,
yeah.
I'll send it to no one.
He doesn't
Edit
want
that
it.
out as well. None of them are getting that gold. Elliot, please. No.
Stop
okay.
giving Elliot work. He doesn't want to do it. Just.
You don't mind doing work. You can't just say
No,
he
I
doesn't
don't
want to do
mean
work.
like that. I just mean you be better, and then he doesn't have to work.
It's great to have you on, Alison.
Thank you very
It's
much,
been a long
yeah.
time
Yeah.
coming.
I'm super happy to be on. It's lovely. Like, it's very nice to get on a tube and to go somewhere to do a podcast.
It's really
Like-
exciting.
Oh, it is. It is. I've been doing a podcast for about a year, and it's been shit because, like, I do a podcast with Fern Brady. I go to our house all the time. I've no issue with it, but because we're doing a podcast together, we have to do it separately.
Yeah.
So you know, it's been weird.
Yeah, how were you doing it in lockdown? You just on Zoom or something like
On
everyone else is?
on Zoom,
Okay.
Zoom, and then recording it via the machine called the
Yeah.
Zoom.
Ah,
Yeah. If you got a
Yes.
Zoom, what's this?
we've got a Zoom. It's an H6N, I think.
H6N.
Oh, I
my
was thinking
gosh.
Zoom, like the.
Both.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
but
it's
That's all.
really
Zoom. That's so confusing.
really confusing for the producer
Yeah.
when they're like, "Can you check your Zoom?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm checking."
Absolutely
it."
mind blowing.
What a day! I didn't even think about it.
So you often go down to Ferns?
Just as socially.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Because I went to Catford for the first time today.
What?
Yeah, I've never set foot. I've been through it,
Right.
but I went to Catford for the first time
What did you
Wow.
go to Catford for? Pray tell.
to do another podcast.
Ooh,
So
they
much
made you go to
podcast.
So much
Catford.
podcast, huh?
They made you go to Catford.
I offered because
Okay.
I thought, okay, instead of them lugging equipment, it was Jess Fosterke's, and I thought Catford was actually really nice.
Oh, I'd go to Catford
Yeah.
for Jess Foster.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I take
But,
that
but
back.
then 2 days ago, Fern Brady tweeted that she'd just seen a woman with a full tit out outside a
Yeah.
shop in Catford.
Fern will ring me where she's like, "Hello, I'm just scared. There's a man here." You know, and she has to, like,
no.
go home.
Oh,
Like,
God.
yeah, it's I once got the train down to Ferns, and there was this guy, and he was on the train platform, and he had slippers and a smile on his face. And the combination was like, oh God. And then he would kick the slippers off and go, ha 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 ha. And then he threw the slippers at the train, and I was like, hello, Fern, I'm scared. You know, so there was also a man, I met you on Friday, and I was out having a nice time, stayed out in central London until about 12. Got on the tube, but there was a man in between the two tube carriages while it was moving and slamming each door either way, and I started hyperventilating into my mask because I was like, who is this man? Like, he's got nothing to lose, this is scary. And then, hey Wes, oh sorry.
Wes was tiptoeing through the door.
It's fine. It's absolutely fine.
I bet you have. Hello.
Hello, lovely to see you.
Wow, look at that. Looks great.
Isn't it such a professional setting?
God.
Careful, Wes.
So sorry.
No.
No need to apologise. It's fine.
I see you, Wes. It's lovely meeting you. So anyway, I was very afraid by this man, right?
Yeah.
And, I didn't want to move because I'm kind of not used to London, because I've moved to London and then it kind of locked down. And when I lived in Dublin, I've been robbed several times. I've been mugged a few times.
Really?
God.
Yeah. I'm just that cool. Like,
It's you and Neil O'Rourke
does he get
are the
mugged
people
in?
that keep getting mugged.
Because you both look kind.
We do look
You
kind.
got-
Yeah.
We do look like,
I think it's that.
It is. So I wear flower crowns a lot, and I really should.
At least when you're walking home, take off the flower crown, I think.
But I feel then they win. But
Yeah, that's true.
But it does say like mug me. So like so he left the train. I breathed a sigh of relief, and then he turned around and was walking back towards the train. The thing stopped, and he slammed his hands against the window and went like, what's this? What would this be called?
Oh, like
throat
Cutthroat.
cutting gesture.
Right.
My dad made that gesture at a DJ once because he wouldn't play George Michael. He had just died, and he was like, "Have some respect." And like, you know, I'm like, this is Ireland, Dad. Like, it's not. We don't care for George the same way British people do. Sorry, I'll go back. I love being on podcasts, but you will have to control me. I will pivot.
She's
we
she's
love
in
it.
control. She's totally in
Totally,
control.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what were you originally talking about? Catford.
Catford.
Yes. Yeah, Catford has got a little.
It's got a Costa. I went there.
What's that?
Costa Coffee. It's a chain of coffee
Not
shops.
into that.
Did you say what's Costa?
I thought you said Costa-Co. And I'd
Oh,
heard
is
of
it Costco?
I heard of Costco and I've heard
Do you know
of
what?
Costa.
People tell me about Costco like it's like a
tells you about
palace of
Costco?
Will Duggan. Like it's a palace.
That does feel like the
Yeah,
most well
yeah,
done
yeah.
conversation ever.
He's like, you get down there, you get yourself 1,000 toilet rolls
You have
for
to
a
buy in
tenner.
bulk,
Yeah.
don't you?
Yeah.
My
You need
boy-
to be a member,
Oh.
so it's hard to get
member.
into.
Yeah.
But once you're
Get
in,
in.
Will
no
Duggan
one
plays
knows.
backgammon a lot. He
Does he?
brings backgammon in his bag. I destroyed him at backgammon.
backgammon's like a game for like degenerate gamblers as well, isn't
That's
it?
not
Sometimes.
a nice thing to say to
No, but it
Alison.
can be like people have lost fortunes playing backgammon, haven't they?
Really?
Yeah, it's like a south of France sort of high-end gambling thing.
Really? I used to
Yeah.
play with my granddad, and I lost thousands.
Yeah, he lost everything. James Bond plays backgammon.
That's very that feels
Yeah,
very
that makes
James
sense,
Bond.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
Alison, it just reminded me when you said hi to Wes of an embarrassing moment between us. You probably
go.
you shouldn't be embarrassed, but I was embarrassed because you were on stage at the Camden Head, and then I think, or you weren't on stage, or you were just off it, and then I came up the stairs, and then I like saw you, and I was really excited to see you, but I don't think
Yeah.
we know each other like super well,
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
like I like really waved and was like hi, and then you went hi, and then you got so excited, and you went, it's so nice to see you, I haven't seen you for ages, and then you got closer and closer, and you went, oh, who is it? I thought it was my friend, and then you were like, wait, because it was really dark, and it was just really funny because you went from so like happy to see me, and then like, wait, so just waving at me so enthusiastically.
I'm so sorry.
No,
but
don't
yeah.
worry. It was. Do you remember?
What? So
Don't worry. What's
Who
embarrassing
was it
for me,
supposed to
other
be?
people don't even
Who was
think
it
about.
supposed to be?
I'm trying to look at your face. You look very like a girl I went to school with.
You said, yeah, there was a girl you went to school with, and you were so
Yeah.
pleased to see your friend, and then you got close and you were like, wait. And then I think it dawned on you, and then but it was my fault because I went in too strong. Like
No,
it was
no.
it really was. I went in too strong, but then you were so excited. I made you think you were seeing your school friend again, and you weren't.
But like, we weren't that close. I was just very surprised she was in London. Do you know what I mean? I was
Yeah,
like,
out
what
of
are you
nowhere.
doing? You've got kids. What are you doing here?
What do you?
Come to your show.
I was like, wow, you want to reconnect in this way? Okay, I'm open to it. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I'm terrible with. I keep kind of connecting where people wave, right? My brain goes, Alison, you're gonna be so rude if these people are waving at you and you're not waving back, and I wave back constantly, and then they're like, oh, and I'm like, oh, and you know, I walk on and never think about it again. But like, it happened just a few seconds ago when I was here. There was a woman with sunglasses on, and she was waving, and you just don't know where they're waving when they've got sunglasses
Oh,
on,
yeah.
and they're
That
so
was me,
big.
Alison. Again.
Yeah. Glasses are so big. I don't know what people look like with sunglasses on, so I just presumed I knew her.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. There's a lot of people
yeah.
do look the same in summer
They do
because there's
yeah.
so much covering any features that you don't like
That is
hats,
so true, like men
sunglasses.
with beards and stuff.
Yeah.
They
I
do
get
look similar.
mistaken for who did I get mistaken? Someone mistook me for their boyfriend once. I got
For their
mistaken
boyfriend.
who
How
who
far-
is like a man
how
in the
far
dark at
into the-
Camden Head. yeah. Well, you know, you got to
just
keep.
rolled with it, yeah.
You're just embarrassing not to.
She's not making potato waffles anymore. You're not my boyfriend.
3 years we've been doing this.
We've watched the whole box
Oh,
set
God.
together. Where is he?
Who else? Reggie Watts.
Do you?
Reggie Watts.
Yeah, I don't know if she was all there. That
No,
one.
that-
the one that tried
You
Reggie
get
Watts on.
Ramesh a lot. Even I put your
Ramesh,
picture
yeah.
of you on Instagram, and someone went, "I didn't know you knew Ramesh."
Yeah.
And then
You do
it was
though as
you.
well.
Yeah.
So they were right to ask.
confusing,
And
yeah.
they were like, yeah,
it
but
was
it wasn't
weird,
him.
but
yeah.
it wasn't him. Yeah.
But that's it's more. Ramesh definitely has been more in the last year, like loads more in the last year, but occasionally before.
I think
that.
that's because people recognise you and they know
Yeah.
you're a comic, but they think they don't know who you
I
are.
might get rid of the beard then.
Wow. But I thought you had a weak
I don't
chin.
think you should.
I do. No,
Beard
but
looks
thank
good.
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
He's
what you should
hiding
have said.
something.
Not hiding anything. You've seen
Yeah,
me without
you've
a
told
beard.
me you have a weak chin,
I've met you when I didn't have a
weak chin.
beard.
and I didn't like it.
Frank. That is very.
Yeah, I know. I look like a sort of a pufferfish coming out of the depths. Just a big old head, just like emerging.
No, it is lovely. It's
like a-
very
like a-
sweet.
like a-
It's a very
like a
sweet
turtle.
head. But it's just hard. It's like when Bobby shaves, and then I get so cross. Like I want him to shave. I hate the beard, but then he gets near me, and it's like he's an intruder, and I can't trust him. So for 3 days, I think he's an enemy that's getting close.
Yeah.
Your peripheral vision
Yeah.
is like, this is a stranger in
Yeah.
your home.
Yeah, it's like when,
But
it's
even
when
just my vision straight on.
it's like
not even
dads
peripheral.
who've got young children and they've got when they shave the beards
Yeah.
off, the kids just start crying. They're like, "What?
Yeah.
What?"
Yeah.
It's like
It's
an uncanny. Yeah. So I won't do it.
Cool.
You can't just have a beard forever, though. My dad shaved his beard off when I was 17, and I'd never seen him without a beard before.
And is he without it now as well?
He's dead now, actually. Alison.
Oh.
He's dead now.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I don't
How-
know how else to say
How
it.
dead is he? I was going to ask how
Oh,
dead.
20 years. But he got rid of it. And it was so weird.
Yeah.
It felt like you don't want a parent to change appearance so drastically because then you think,
Yes.
are they having a breakdown or something like that? You only want slow, gradual changes from people, don't you?
You do, because you're like, what other changes are going to happen? And then you're,
Exactly. Yeah.
It's hard to have an immediate change as well. Most changes very gradual, so that is off-putting.
What if I do heavy weights for like 6 weeks and I don't see you for 6 weeks and I come back and I'm just like fucking jacked?
I don't believe you can do it. So there's no point playing this scenario.
I think those tube adverts are like.
Do you see those adverts? Angel.
Yeah, all
Yeah,
the time.
Yeah.
But they make them do a sad face when they're pudgier.
That's
as well,
right.
you know?
Yeah.
I'm smiling, mate.
Yeah, they
you
put the
know?
light underneath the belly. And then- yeah.
Wait, just have both smiles. Why not? I'm
Yeah, I
not-
know.
Yeah, why do you have to smile? Yeah,
Look
exactly.
sad. Look sadder. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you cry much?
It depends on. Depends on my contraception. To be honest with you. That's
That's a really good answer.
Yeah.
That's so
Never had
good.
the answer before. Okay.
No.
Yeah. Same for me.
Ria.
Hate hates condoms.
I feel like I cry at very odd things.
Yeah.
I cry at like a lot of soap deaths. I've cried at a lot of soap deaths.
But they're good at doing that, aren't they? They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And it's always on Christmas Day.
Yeah, you need to get rid of the all that cheese just by crying and everything like that. But I think one of the saddest. I cried when Lisa got evicted from Big Brother. Like I cry.
Who was Lisa?
Which one was that? Yeah.
She was.
What year was
I can't
that?
remember what her second name was. She was a plumber, and she was kind of like, I felt she was in love with Pete. This is the year that Nicky Graham.
Yes.
Oh right.
Yeah, like that's old school.
Yeah.
And I just felt that she was gone before her time, and she didn't get to like.
Did she have a career after that? Did she manage to do? Really, that was it.
The plumbing.
I think she's still a plumber.
Sorry, an entertainment career. I meant.
No.
Is she local? Do you know?
To hear.
I just need a plumber. I just don't know who she is. We really need a plumber, and it's hard to find.
Yeah, I'll have to give her a Google.
Yeah, I'll give her a Google. Yeah.
I cried at Fred Peacock. Stephen's his second name Peacock, out Coronation Street.
Oh right.
So
Okay.
what happened was Fred was in love with Audrey for a long time, right? But it was it wasn't given back. She
Yeah.
wasn't in love with him, and he kind of like mended his heart eventually, and got together with Bette, right? Who liked him for him, and it was lovely, and. They decided to get married. I think Bette had some suspicions that Fred was still in love with Audrey. I think we all had some suspicions that Fred was still in love with Audrey. But Fred went round to Audrey's house on the day of his wedding to say, like, I don't love you. We're friends. And they had a lovely conversation, and it was beautiful. Anyway, he had a heart attack in the porch area of Audrey's house.
What, on the way out.
On the way out, yeah, and I cried.
So immediately
hard.
everyone's suspicious again.
Oh, I'm like, Bette's gonna. I mean, not only is this ruining her wedding day, the caterers, everything like that.
It's gonna ruin all those sandwiches.
Porch
isn't
is
it?
an inconvenient place as well to step over as well if you're trying to get to the wedding. You
And everyone can see it when everyone's outside
It's
looking at
It
it.
ruins the atmosphere.
Ruins.
But you cried at that because did you care about the character?
I did. I cared about him. I cried when. Like, I cry when pathetic people in soaps die.
Pathetic people.
Like Barry out of EastEnders, I was distraught.
There's a lot of like basically like sad old Labrador type men in
Oh, that
soaps.
when they die, it destroys me.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I will rewatch Soap Deaths just to have like a cry.
It's something to do with like apparently it happens. There's someone like that in every story, isn't there? It's like an innocent who dies, and it's supposed to represent all of our sins.
Really?
Yeah.
The kind of drama.
Yeah, and then once they die, we can be like that. It's sort of cleansed of all our sins.
Oh my God.
Do you know Sean Williamson that played Barry lived in my village?
Did he?
I could not believe that Barry from EastEnders lived in my village.
Did you see his house?
I never saw his house, but my mum's friend was friends with him, and they got me assigned, those Albert Square like cards. They got me assigned, and I just couldn't. I was like, it could have been a Hollywood star. It was just. And then I watched him play cricket once. It was insane. I was
it's amazing.
Turned out really cool.
Like when I was younger, meeting a famous or seeing a famous person was like mind blowing.
Yeah.
You're like, that guy's been on TV.
Yeah.
And now,
crazy.
like, I don't give it.
I do not give a single.
Benedict Cumberbatch was having a cappuccino in the cafe. I'm like, I'm not looking at him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't. You should. Yeah, you shouldn't. Damian Lewis lives around the corner. He's like, there's lots of famous people around here.
Of course, like the gardens are beautiful here. I was walking on the way.
And there's all over London they are. But I suppose growing up, I was in Bath, Canterbury, and then you were in Dublin. But you would have met
in the middle of Ireland. Yeah.
Oh, in the middle of Ireland. Okay, right.
Yeah. So like it is. It's just mind blowing when you see someone famous. But I've got Sean Williamson's audiobook like on my phone.
What? Oh my
God.
I've been listening to it. It's the thing I listen to before I go to sleep.
Is it good, or is it to get you to sleep?
I think if you listen to it before you go to sleep, that's a certain. What did you learn about him?
Oh, there's amazing anecdotes. He joined he briefly trained to be in the Navy and tried to get himself dismissed several times.
Why? to
Because
get
He was scared,
discharged.
maybe.
I think there was
Yeah.
actual war going to happen. Not for me.
Just wanted to go on a boat.
He's really big into quizzing. Like he's like a national quizzer. Takes and he's got a chapter called like Sins of the Cinnamon, and it's about like your man
Paul.
Paul. Yeah, Paul
Really?
Cinnamon. Yeah,
Who's Paul
The-
Sinner?
Paul Sinner.
Sinner.
Oh, sorry, Paul Sinner,
Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
He's written a chapter about Paul Sinner.
yeah, his victory at the
Oh, really?
UK Grand Prix.
Oh, he was in it as well then?
Yeah.
They're both in it? Oh, wow.
He's not doing great in it. Like, you know, the book is kind of like half a diary of him going, this is my year trying to do quizzing.
Yeah.
And then it's like anecdotes of the past.
Yeah.
So you got your EastEnders, you got all that kind of thing. What's funny is like today I was just listening to it and he talks about he got booked for 3 corporates in 1 week. And then he got an advert, and he didn't want to get rid of any of those. But the advert was being filmed in Kiev, so he had to like get a plane to Kiev, stay there for about 12 hours, and then come back. And I was listening to this, and I was like, I feel like I'm in the green room of a comedy place where it's like, I've got so many corporates.
He's boasting over his audiobook.
Yeah, I'm trying. You know.
What was he doing corporates for? What was he doing? I mean,
So he does some music. So he did Fame Academy, the celebrity
He sings.
version.
He likes
So
to
he does-
sing.
He sang at the
Oh.
National Bowls competition.
and did he do a Christmas single or he did like a song once,
It
didn't he?
feels like that is a Sean Williamson.
He's
thing,
actually like
isn't it?
a
Yeah.
very
accomplished man.
yeah. He's got a lot of range.
There's a lot going. He's more complicated than you think.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, it's great
What
to hear.
I love about him is like he just does what he wants to do.
Yeah.
And this sounds like I'm negging him, and I'm not. But he's not necessarily the greatest at anything he does.
Yeah.
But he doesn't care.
Yeah,
He
that's
makes
great.
it,
He
you
could
know.
laugh at himself in extras. He was so
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's just like, I'll sing. And I think he does a bit of stand-up corporate-wise. I think there's like
He probably has a set. I bet he's
he'll
got a
look
set.
after
Yeah.
drunken people. And even in the book, he's going, and I was really tired, and I didn't do well at all. And I'm like, I know how you feel, mate. You know, that kind of thing. So, yeah.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
That's
good to hear.
The next audiobook is Sinead O'Connor, which I feel I won't be able to sleep to. That will be.
Yeah, I think I've read a bit about it. I think it's
Oh,
quite an
really?
intense ride. Yeah.
I need to get some audiobook recommendations off you. I've got so many credits to use up. I never really.
Yeah.
You can use them for different things. Like the sleeping one, I feel if you get like an audiobook that you're kind of
Yeah.
you know what's going on, that's a really great aid for sleep.
I love the Alan Partridge ones, but they wouldn't let me sleep because I'd be like
They're incredible.
listening intently.
You heard from is that from the Oast?
From the
House?
Oast House? Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
Sorry, I'll stop
Yeah.
talking about Alan Partridge.
No.
It's just going to be very good.
Look out for me in the new series of Alan Partridge.
That's incredible.
That was really showing off there to the patrons and Alison. It felt.
Well, you got to let them know, haven't you?
I'll be honest, right? I'm very impressed by both of your achievements, like the Sean Williamson thing. And
The Sean Williamson thing is
I
great.
lived in the same
The
village
Sean
as
Williamson
him.
thing is great.
Alan Partridge. Thank you, Alison, for comparing the two of those.
I genuinely
Actually,
am impressed
Alison-
by both of them to that degree.
Alison
Like,
came to see me in Edinburgh at
Oh, yeah.
a show that went down to like one of the most pure, a pure, uncomplicated hour-long death. It was just like it was a silent ocean of death. It was amazing. And I was just like, there was a few points where I was like, I don't really know what's happening, but I'll just say it again. I'll just say the whole thing. I was just,
oh my God.
it was
No, enough.
amazing. Well, Alison tried,
Alison.
Matt Winning was
There's
there.
only so much she can do.
and who
though.
was with? Who
Who was with us? Who?
you came with a friend who I know her name.
They
I've
were
forgotten
like,
her
Ruth?
name.
Is it Ruth?
It wasn't
Did you
Ruth.
share
She'd
her?
already been.
Was it an Irish person?
I think blonde
was it
lady.
Niamh Marin?
It was
Niamh
Niamh.
Marin,
Yeah,
Niamh
yeah,
Marin, yeah.
And they tried. They
There's
laughed.
loads of people you like and respect.
And then they
That's
looked
what you
over.
need, Bomb.
No, and then they looked over at the actual audience occasionally. And the actual audience weren't doing a single thing.
No.
So they were like, "Well, I guess we'll just join the actual audience and just watch."
'Cause it does feel like swimming against a very
It's amazing,
choppy
isn't it?
seas.
It's
Yeah.
tough.
Exhausted.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
And once it starts, there's no going back.
There's no going
you
back.
can't change it.
No.
It's easier
Sometimes.
to laugh with people. You can like you naturally
Yeah.
go into the volume of what they're doing
Yeah.
and the flow.
Absolutely,
and all that
yeah.
kind of thing.
I feel like there's
Um,
always one in Edinburgh where it just you lose them and it's hot and it's just there's
And
no.
you're done.
Yeah.
You're done.
You're just
Wasn't the
reading an
last
essay
day
out.
of The Fringe as well.
It was the last day for everyone except me
Yes.
because I decided to do one the day after.
Yeah.
Which
Well, that's
was
lucky, probably,
thankfully the
'cause,
best one I'd done.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's cool.
what
I
a.
feel like I didn't respect you less as a comedian.
I saw you. No, I saw you afterwards, and I think your words were like, "I wouldn't know what to do with there either." It's, I wouldn't. Yeah,
No, I was sitting there like I was watching like
Yeah,
tennis
it's
where
weird.
someone had broken their leg, and I'm like, how do I?
I needed to be taken out and shot at that
No.
point. No, it's 30 days. It was, oh god. Do you think you'll be doing Edinburgh shows? You be going up soon next year?
You think we're going this year?
Next year.
You be going up this year?
I'd like to go up next
Yeah.
year. I was working on a show before, and
Yeah.
then I did nothing on it. And also, I feel like I've never done a proper good hour.
Okay.
I've been watching other people do comedy since the lockdown is finished because I miss it.
Yeah.
And I've kind of definitely compared it to my stuff, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, Alison? Like, why
Really?
don't you do a cohesive story that keeps
Yeah.
people wanting to know what happens next instead of just going, I don't know.
But you're on stage. You're just like you're very nice to watch because you're having a lot of fun.
Yeah,
and
I
everyone's
laugh at
like,
my
"This
own
is
jokes.
great."
Me too, yeah.
You want to say the things you're saying, I think, which is really nice to see.
Yeah,
And it just makes everyone get caught up in the fun of it.
I'm very. This sounds. I don't judge other people for doing this, but I'm very bad. I'm very bad at doing callbacks and stuff.
Mm.
And like sometimes I watch comedians do callbacks or do a joke that like wasn't quite as funny as the other 3 jokes that were in that bit about that thing. And there's a thing in the back of my head goes, they're going to do a callback to
Yeah.
that thing that they just said.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then they do it, and I'm like, oh, like it's like you're watching the
Maths.
magician, and you can see their hands, you know,
Yeah,
bring
yeah.
the rabbit up into the hat
No.
and stuff.
I can never
Is-
see that.
Really?
Well, because I think I just.
I think I come off like a big shithead when I do it, like as if like, meow, I'm trying.
You
Which-
should never look like you're trying.
yeah, I feel like
You should. Well, you shouldn't.
Whatever I
Yeah.
think is never what someone else thinks. It's always like.
What do you mean?
It's like it's just always wrong.
Do you, when you're watching comedy, are you thinking, "I think I know what comes next"? This
Yeah,
is what,
but then I don't.
you never know.
No.
Literally never.
Different to what they'd say.
That's quite nice, though. That's quite-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It feels like I'm wrong then.
No, I
No,
don't think
that
there's
feels
any.
like you're enjoying the show and being surprised instead
Yeah.
of just going, well, I see. You
So,
know,
yeah.
That's not a good feeling to have
No, no.
watching
Yeah.
entertainment.
Sometimes I'll zone out after they've started a premise and be like, "This is what I do with this," and then it's suddenly 20
Yes.
minutes has gone and I've lost a complete. Just
Yeah,
being
yeah, yeah.
so self-absorbed about it.
That's
I
what
know.
I
But-
do.
I've have either of you do either of you watch yourselves do stand-up ever?
It's the worst feeling in the world.
Because I did it for the very, very first time last week.
What's your takeaways from it?
I couldn't believe I was getting away with that shit.
I think
like-
that's what everyone
it was
thinks watching you,
mad.
though. It's good that you
Yeah,
saw
thanks,
that.
yeah.
Sunil did a show on Friday, and it was so funny. But about 15 minutes in, he looked at his watch and went, "For fuck's sake, is that how much time I've got left?"
Oh yeah, no.
He just looked so annoyed that he had to do longer, and then he immediately went into the audience and said, "So what's your name?" Bobby was like,
That
"He's
was-
panicking. He's clearly panicking."
No, that's part of the show.
I know.
So
Well,
did
that
it.
it's
Oh, right,
very
right,
funny.
right.
It's very funny. The more you don't want to be there, the more fun it is
I
to
know.
watch.
I know, but what I think is, in order to get ready for that show, I had to remember a show I'd done in 2019, and I watched I'd lost all the audio recordings, and I only had a video.
Did you have it on your phone?
Had it on my phone.
No, I've lost a load of stuff that way too.
What, audio?
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have just downloaded it, but I'm never going to listen to it because I just do it as I'll just record this for, yeah. But the video was from the night before you came, and it was a fine show.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking that was the best one to record. That went great. And I watched it and I was like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, what am I doing? I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing what I thought I was doing.
Yeah.
But that's
it's
good
like,
to watch, probably.
it's good to
so that
watch.
you know, but it's so horrible
It's
watching yourself.
horrible.
The audience
Horrible.
aren't reacting the way that you think they were either.
No.
Sometimes I'm like, oh, I killed that.
Yeah.
And then you listen back and you're like, ha ha. And like, yeah, like a polite laugh. And I was taking it as like, like
Because you can see them smile, and that almost
Yeah.
adds to the laugh. And you're like, this is going great. But when there's only 2 people actually making noise.
Oh man.
Oh,
yeah.
it's so weird just watching yourself and having to.
yeah.
But it was interesting.
Do you have vocal tics or anything like that? Or
No,
what do you?
but I have something with that. The one I was watching, I was like, there has to be more to it than just saying these words. You cannot just say the words. You have to do something else. So I'm going to start sort of like doing little voices, like high pitched ones and stuff.
You can
Oh.
do it. Yeah.
I did one
you do
earlier.
one where you
Usually
said
Yeah.
voice.
Hey, Stu. I'll do that voice. But yeah, it's an interesting time to go back into comedy because we've had so much time to think about it
Yeah.
and reflect on it. And now seeing other people emerging from it is really interesting as well, and seeing what they're doing.
It is. The one
Yeah.
thing I didn't miss about doing comedy was that thing of like comparing myself
Yeah.
constantly to people because I'm
Yeah.
like, we're all fucked.
Yeah.
From the lowliest open spot
Yeah,
to the highest. We're all scratching our
Yeah, we're all
asses.
sinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now people are not. People
No.
are doing quite well.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh fuck, yeah, it's time to start doing things again. Do you both want to hear a sad story? Please.
Yes.
Okay. The man who headed the world's largest family with 39 wives and 94 children has passed away. That is sad, isn't it?
Sad that
That
the
is
man
genuinely
died,
sad.
and so many people are sad about it.
Yeah.
That is sad. Yeah.
What's the like? Do we have any insight into what the relationships were like for all of them?
It's whatever insight she's now
No.
reading on the phone.
No, look, there's a picture of him that's with all his family, and his family are quite far away from him, and he's just standing there, and he's
leading them.
He had some health issues, including high blood pressure and diabetes.
And he's passed that on to how many kids? 92
That
children.
truly is sad.
Is that it? Man dies. Like Harriet.
No,
I've told more sad stories on this podcast than you have, and I've told one story.
no, but what happened was he was the head of the world's largest family, and his village became a tourist attraction in the state because of it.
What
Which
state?
state?
Mizoram. No, that's his name.
Okay.
Wait, hang on. Oh no.
Yeah, where is he?
They live in a 100-room, 4-story house.
100 rooms. Well, yeah, it's got to be,
100
isn't it? Because he's got
rooms.
so many.
Gee,
That's not enough rooms either.
that's a hostel.
That is
That's
not enough rooms.
That's not
Some
even a
people have got
hostel.
bunk beds.
That's like a large Holiday Inn.
Do you think?
That's like a proper Holiday Inn.
like a one outside Reading or
That's
something.
right. He has one on the one for the airport.
It's in it's in
Holiday Inn.
Is in Isawal.
Where's that?
Mizoram.
Yeah, what country
In
is that?
Mizoram. So
What's his name?
His name is.
How many times are you going to scroll up and down and realise that is a short? It's a very.
His name is Ziona Chana of Mizoram.
Okay.
Do you ever put what? Do you put the name of where you're from in your name?
I don't know. Anyway, I have another sad story. This one is really
all
sad.
right.
Wait, hang on. Okay.
That one was.
Oh no, this
that
was just this is in
stupid.
relation to last week's. Okay,
Right.
last week's we found out that hippos are one of the most dangerous animals.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, everyone knew this.
Okay,
She was
well,
mind
no,
blown.
I didn't.
She
Would
thought
you
no
have
one
said that
knew.
was one of the most dangerous animals?
Did I know that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's like
Yeah, she was furious that I knew it. Just got really
they
angry.
look so happy and smiley
Where?
do.
Where do they?
Have you
all the time, and in Disney they're wearing
In
little
Disney.
tutus, and they're.
have you seen Hungry Hippos? That is one of the most violent.
That's true.
board
That is a
games.
very good
Didn't
point.
they turn that into a film?
The
Like a
Hungry
horror
Hippos.
film?
Hungry Hippos.
Yeah. Were they not gonna?
Like Battleship or.
Yeah, like a sort of weird horror film. I thought they were going to turn it into like a
Oh, I heard
jungle-based
that.
Hungry
yeah,
Hippos.
Yeah, like Jumanji kind of thing.
Yeah, like a Jumanji. I think
Yeah.
it's like a yeah.
I don't know what happened to that.
Thanks.
So this is more of a moral quandary.
Moral quandary.
Okay.
Why kill animals that attack humans? So if an animal attacks, should you kill it? So did you hear about the story this week about the woman who got attacked by an alligator and then her twin sister dove in to save her?
No, I didn't know that.
I
Isn't
did
that
hear
amazing?
about that. Yeah. Did they get revenge on the alligator?
I don't know about that, but this is a question
You
about.
don't. You just don't. You have no idea.
This is related to
Still be
that.
out there.
She could still be fighting an alligator right now.
So this is about Caleb Langdale, who was swimming in a river near Lake in Florida. He reacted in a manner that so often means the difference between life and death among humans. So he got attacked by it, and he fed it an arm to chew on, saving the more vital parts of his anatomy while he figured out what to do next.
What, an alligator?
He gave the alligator his arm while he was like, okay, while it's chewing my arm, I'm just going to have a think about my next move. Isn't that mad?
What was his next move?
Yeah.
He struggled back to the surface and shouted, "Call the paramedics, my arm is gone." What a
Fucking
move.
hell.
Yeah, that is worth losing an arm for, isn't it?
Yeah. Someone call the bloody paramedics, would you? I've lost my arm. Just chill.
Yeah, but then they're asking, should you
Kill
the alligator?
Oh,
that
kill
did that?
kill the alligator now?
Yeah.
Probably no need, is there?
No.
Because actually, I'm
Unless they've
very
got a
scared of
taste for it.
alligators, but there have only been 225 documented cases of major bites in Florida since 1984.
That's not many.
That's not many.
No.
But there was one leopard
Right.
that
And-
killed and mostly ate 410 human beings.
What?
Yeah, until the famous hunter Jim Corbett ended its career in 1910.
Oh.
And one single huge crocodile in Burundi ate 300 people, called Gustav.
They were all called Gusta. He just hunted down different Gustas.
So maybe it's like they're like humans, so like you just get a few bad eggs. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
then you have to
psychopaths.
find those. Yeah.
Actually, all animals are psychopaths, really, aren't they?
Well, no, not according to this. Some
well, no,
are,
as in the sense they don't have any empathy.
No, but some don't kill all the time. They just do it. But some are like
You can be a
serial
psychopath
killers.
and not kill.
Stoats kill for like pleasure.
Stoats?
They're like one of the
Do
only
they?
animals in the
Cats,
world.
obviously, as well.
They eat their... Do cats... Yeah, I suppose
Cats
do,
hunt
don't
and
they?
kill
Yeah.
for pleasure, yeah.
And foxes.
Yeah.
Remember, were you there when we were all sat outside 21 Soho and then a fox ran past with a rat in its mouth and everyone cheered?
I wasn't-
London.
Such a great moment.
Swing in London. This is why
Yeah.
I emigrated, baby. Land of opportunity. Apparently, the fox thing was cool. I think we would have cheered anything, though. It was just very nice to be out.
Yeah.
It was just like there was quite a lot of comedians out.
It was
in
just
the-
so exciting to see something.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
nice. It's fun.
It's a fox with a rat in its mouth.
But then it came back later and we gave it another round of applause.
I think it
Didn't
kept
have a
coming
rat.
because it liked the
It liked the
applause.
applause.
Yeah, it got a bit into it, so it kept coming back and
Yeah.
forth.
just like a comedian.
Just like a comedian. Well, thank you so much for coming, Alison. This has been very fun. Do you have anything that people can watch? Tell us about your podcast.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you about my podcast. My podcast is called Wheel of Misfortune with Fern Brady, and it's on BBC Sounds. Please go look for it on the BBC Sounds app. That's important.
That wink. If you didn't send a wink to the page.
Yeah, a wink. The Patreons deserve a wink. And I've an old podcast called The Alison Spittle Show. That still exists, but it's there. And yeah, that's it really. I had a story about me crying.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
shit.
Yeah, I was like,
Oh no! I thought you were talking about the
soap stick. I'm
no,
sorry.
please, no.
I'll tell you this, and then I'll leave
Yeah.
because I'm like, I'll never do this anecdote for any
No,
other
we want to
podcast.
hear this.
You know, so what happened was I went to a Scissor Sisters concert with my dad.
Yeah.
When I was about 11, I was a really big fan of the Scissor Sisters, and they were just kind of coming up because I've got my finger on the pulse and stuff, right? And my dad came with me, and he is like a very reserved man from like Berkshire, and it was because they weren't very popular. Everyone was dressed up basically in like assless chaps and stuff like this, and I'd never
Nice.
seen that before. And dressed as sailors and all these cool things, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Everyone's in fancy dress. I was like, but I didn't know what kink gear was or anything like that. I was like, everybody's just having fun. So then they came back. Their album blew up, and then about 3 years later they came back to Ireland to do this big massive stadium gig. They were sharing it with Maroon 5, Franz Ferdinand and Jem, and my friends liked Maroon 5, didn't like Scissor Sisters that much, but they were like, we'll come. And I was like, please, you got to dress up. Every Scissor Sisters gig, everyone dresses up. You're going to love this, right? So these are like reserved people from the countryside who were like, okay, all right, we'll give it a go. And I recently been to Nottingham and went to see the Robin Hood stuff. And for some reason, I bought a load of Robin Hood hats. So I was like, oh, we're just going to dress up as Robin Hood. We're going to be all glittery and it's going to be amazing, right? So we got on the bus dressed as glittery Robin Hoods. No one on the bus was dressed up, and this bus was going directly to the concert. But we were like, okay, look, these are people who are dry and it's fine. And then we got off the bus outside the stadium, and there was a man with a skateboard who just hurled homophobic abuse at us. Like, it was just, and I was like, I don't know what, but we'll go into the stadium. It's going to be friendly there. We're going to have a great time. Went into the stadium. It's full of Maroon 5 fans who were looking at us like, what the hell are you doing? And we're going to have fun. And, so we're there watching the Scissor Sisters, and they have this sad song called Mary. That's like the fourth single off their first album. And it's about a woman. It's a song written about like a mate of theirs that have died of a brain aneurysm, right? So the whole thing, like, someday we'll go around the world. And it's like, so I was like, oh, this song is so beautiful. And the music is just hitting me. And I'm feeling full of emotions. And my friend is beside me. And I look at my friend and then I imagine her having a brain aneurysm. And I cry. And then I think... about people that have died of brain aneurysms. So that you got like Rue McCann, the woman who played Blanche out of the Golden Girls, that had a brain aneurysm. So I thought about her. And then I thought about like how the Golden Girls, you know, one dies, you're oh god, you know, but to be the last one standing is like the saddest thing ever.
Oh my god, Alison.
The Golden Girl.
So I thought of being Betty White, and I was like, this must be like you know. Anyway, so that was that. So that's why I cried lots at that thing.
While dressed as Robin Hood.
Oh, I was just roaring, yeah. I was like, brain aneurysm. I'm trying to watch Maroon 5. Yeah, so that was why I was thinking about that over the weekend. I was like, I better give you an emotional one. You know?
How old were you then?
I would have been like about, I'd say, we probably could like look up the year of when I'm going to say 15. It's a safe age, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a safe age.
It's like I was probably 21, but let's you know. But yeah, I was a young enough person. Like I was naive enough to like think that every concert was going to be the same. My dad was so uncomfortable.
What was he wearing? What was your dad wearing?
My dad was wearing like a football jersey, and the supporting fan. This is for the first ever Scissor Sisters concert I went to. The supporting band was drag queens playing music, and they pretended to fillet each other, and just like
that's awkward with your dad.
I know.
Oh,
yeah. It was. I loved it though. I love the Scissor Sisters, and I love
So I didn't think Maroon 5 really had any fans.
They have.
Wow.
But they're
I didn't
all,
realize.
they're
No, but I
all
didn't realize they'd have a
bland.
big fan base.
It was
Because
crazy.
they're so bland.
It was full of Maroon 5 fans.
Really?
You'd be surprised. Like you could look. I think I'm trying to think
They
of the
were huge.
equivalent.
Yeah,
They
but
were
I thought it
huge.
was just like, yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I wouldn't.
Who like James Arthur fans? Like I'm trying to think
Right.
of people, or like
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of it's a person that puts a bet on Paddy Powers, like you know, 4 times a year.
Get their skinny jeans out.
Yeah,
Watch
okay,
Maroon
yeah,
5.
fair enough, yeah.
Yeah, Bella
Wow.
Italia. Kind of bit of missionary. So, yeah.
Oh,
So
okay,
thank you. For
I
letting me
love
tell
that.
your
I'm
That was
so
a great
glad you
story.
got to tell it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah, you can join us on Patreon, Wise Harriet, patreon.com/Wise Harriet Crying, and then the podcast becomes weekly. Snell, you got anything going on?
To plug or to say, I don't know when this is out.
When
So-
is it out?
Couple of weeks.
Couple of weeks, is it?
Mm.
Look out for
His
just
Apple ad, his big heads on it. My friend watched it in Thailand.
Wow.
Really cool, yeah.
look out for me. I'll be playing Crazy Golf in Acton for about a month. I'll be living in Acton for a month, so
Great.
if you spot me, don't approach me, but I'll be around. Thanks very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. I didn't need to say bye.
Yeah, no, you
Sorry,
should.
that's your job.
I keep looking at that cake and be like, when are we gonna...
I know.